Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, dreamers and doers, today I want to talk about something that every single one of us desperately needs. Something that cannot be bought, borrowed, or stolen. Something that keeps us alive in the darkest storms and lifts us higher than we ever thought we could go. That something is hope. Not the fragile kind of hope that flickers like a candle in the wind. Not the shallow kind of hope that depends on luck, chance, or waiting for someone else to save us. No, I'm talking about overflowing with hope. The kind of unshakable belief that explodes inside your chest like fire. The kind that roars louder than your doubts. The kind that carries you when your legs are too tired to move. The kind that says, I will rise, no matter what. I will not stop. I will not break. I will not quit. Too often people see the highlight reels. They see the victories, the championships, the awards, the smiles, the flex, the spotlight. But what they don't see are the moments when you're sitting alone, broken, questioning whether life is worth it. They don't see the eviction notices on the door. They don't see the empty wallet, the sleepless nights, the car you live in because you have no place else to go. Dwayne Johnson once said, I was broke at 23. I had $7 in my pocket. And that $7 taught me everything. That's the power of hope. Because when you have nothing, no money, no fame, no certainty, the only thing that keeps you alive is that small voice inside whispering, don't give up yet. Your story isn't over. Think about it. The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, one of the biggest movie stars in the world, a man who fills stadiums in theaters, started with nothing. He started with rejection. He started with failure. He was cut from his dream of the NFL. He thought his life was over. But instead of letting that pain bury him, he let it plant him. He took rejection and turned it into redirection. He turned $7 into a billion-dollar empire. He turned pain into power. That is what happens when you overflow with hope. Hope is not weakness. It is fuel. People may tell you, be realistic, don't dream too big, don't get your hopes up. But listen, if you don't have hope, you don't have life. Hope is the gasoline for the human soul. It's the fire that ignites when everything else says you should quit. When you overflow with hope, you don't wait for opportunities, you create them. You don't wait for the perfect conditions, you make them. You don't just survive storms, you dance in the rain. Now let's get real. You will fail. You will fall flat on your face. You will be laughed at, rejected, doubted, criticized, betrayed, and yes, it will hurt. But listen carefully. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the foundation of success. Every scar you carry is proof that you were strong enough to fight. Every setback you've endured is a setup for a comeback. Dwayne Johnson didn't become who he is because life was easy. He became who he is because life was hard, and he refused to bow to it. Hope doesn't mean the road will be smooth. Overflowing with hope doesn't mean you'll never cry, never lose, never hurt. No. Overflowing with hope means that when the nights are long and the world feels cold, you still believe the sun will rise. Overflowing with hope means that when life knocks you down, you don't stay down. You rise with fists clenched and eyes burning. It means that when people say you can't, you whisper to yourself, just watch me. Overflowing with hope requires a warrior's mindset because hope is not passive. Hope is not wishing. It's about working. Hope says, I may not have the talent yet, but I will grind until I do. I may not have the money yet, but I will hustle until I earn it. I may not be there yet, but I will not stop until I arrive. When you adopt this mindset, you become unstoppable because talent will fade, luck will disappear, and circumstances will change. But the person who overflows with hope cannot be broken. Let me tell you something important. The very thing that you think disqualifies you, the failures, the scars, the broken pieces, that's the thing that will give you strength. Hope turns pain into power. The Rock didn't hide his struggles. He didn't bury his past. He used it. He used his pain to fuel his discipline, his rejection to fuel his resilience, his failures to fuel his fight. And you can too. Whatever your story, whatever your scars, whatever your storm, don't hide them. Use them. Let them become the fire that fuels your rise. Overflowing with hope doesn't just happen. It requires discipline. It means waking up when the alarm goes off and not hitting snooze because you believe your dreams are worth fighting for. It means working out when you don't feel like it because you believe your body and mind deserve strength. It means practicing your craft, building your skills, investing in yourself because you believe your future is bigger than your past. Hope without discipline is just a wish, but hope with discipline is destiny. Overflowing with hope also means choosing your circle wisely. If you surround yourself with people who complain, doubt, and quit, you will absorb their hopelessness. But if you surround yourself with people who fight, who dream, who rise, you will overflow with their energy. Dwayne Johnson often says, know your circle. Know who's pushing you forward and who's pulling you back. So choose wisely. Surround yourself with hope carriers. Be a hope carrier for others. At the end of the day, what will people remember about you? Not just your money, not just your trophies, not just your titles. They will remember how you made them feel. They will remember if you gave them hope when they had none. They will remember if you lit a fire in their soul when their world was dark. Overflowing with hope is not just about you. It's about creating a ripple that inspires others to rise. Let me leave you with this. If you are struggling right now, if you are fighting battles that no one else sees, if you are carrying a weight that feels too heavy, I want you to know this. You are not done. You are not finished. Your story is still being written. Overflow with hope, because one day, the very pain that's breaking you today will become the story that inspires millions tomorrow. One day, the very storm that feels endless will become the reason someone else finds strength. And when that day comes, you will look back and realize you were never defeated. You were only being prepared. So rise, fight, believe, overflow with hope. Because as Dwayne Johnson says, the most powerful thing you can be is yourself, and the most unstoppable thing you can have is hope. Overflow with hope, and you will overflow with strength. Overflow with hope, and you will overflow with resilience. Overflow with hope, and you will overflow with victory. Because hope is not just survival, it is transformation. And when you choose to overflow with hope, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Thank you.